I am Dr Sidharth Arora. I'm a practicing advocate in the Supreme Court of India. And I have been involved in teaching UPSC civil service aspirants for the last 12 years or so. Off and on, even during my college days, I was involved in teaching. It's almost, in a cliche manner said, it is my passion. So while I am teaching polity or constitution, I don't restrict myself to merely academics. Every time I am teaching these subjects, I am giving examples of the giants of Indian polity and Indian constitution like Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru and our Prime Minister Mr. Modi. How these giants have overcome obstacles in their personal lives as well as in the political and polity life and made India a better place to live in. So like any college-going student, I had my fair share of fun, and then by a natural inclination or probably by a divine coincidence, law was where my academic pursuits took me. I met the best of the best lawyers in Mumbai, and I understood that law is not a dry subject, and constitution, my friend, is not a book. It is the force of the state. It is something that can change the destinies of people. And all you require is understanding the subject. So you need somebody to be teaching you law in a very different way, constitution in a very different way, the way the founding fathers, the way the great Dr. Ambedkar wanted India to understand. And that is how I communicated to my students, not in a dry, rote, memorized manner, but understanding it, learning the essence of it, and enjoying the juice of it actually, so that you can appreciate what is the power of this small book, so-called, which is the Constitution of India. So it was a chance meeting over social media, so to say, that I came across God of Munjal and Roman Saini. And I tweeted just congratulating these two young guys who were doing an exceptional job in the field of teaching. They just launched Unacademy. And I just congratulated God of Munjal. Voila, brother, you've done an awesome job. And I did not expect, but God of Munjal actually replied back. When he replied back, from that, as they say, rest is history, because I made my first couple of courses on those Unacademy early days, way about 4 or 5 years ago. That is the scenario when the entire thing started rolling, and I became a part of this beautiful journey, which is going to make an awesome difference in the lives of Indian students for all times to come. I received a message from one of our students, and this is something that I would share with everyone. Now, this aspirant hails from some remote part of Bihar, and he calls me up one day and says, "Sir, I am in such a place that it was impossible for me to get quality education. Lekin sir, you have made things saral." The word that he used was saral, that is easy. And trust me, I was on the verge of tears. My friends, this country requires quality education, and there are so many people craving for it, almost thirsty for it. When you make an impact like this, you think everything is worthwhile. Everything is worthwhile. Sometimes when I am going to the airport, now this is a very, very close event that happened. So I was traveling across, I was going to Mauritius on the New Year, and in the wee hours of the day when we landed at the airport, it was such hue and cry, and suddenly comes from there a CISF officer and stands almost in attention and says, "Sir, it's an honor to see you." I said, "What kind of honor?" And he says, "Sir, we watch you on the Unacademy YouTube channels, and sir, you are making a difference in our lives. It is giving us an opportunity to become IAS officers. And trust me, these are goosebump moments. When you think all this hard work, all the efforts that you put, all the good intentions that you have towards your students is all worthwhile. And this is an opportunity that I have got because of this platform called as Unacademy." So 80% of my time is involved in Supreme Court practice, since it is a very difficult and a very competitive practice. And also please remember, this is the highest appellate court. So there is no scope for error, and every inch and every centimeter, so to say, has to be covered. Thankfully, I have a very good support staff. There are some exceptional juniors that I have who ensure that I get enough time that I can manage both the works. Because in the other one, that is the educator Siddharth, has to teach the best of the best brains, the future bureaucrats of India. So by the time the day is over, I go back home, ensure that my notes are updated. I make my notes updated according to the change in the news. Please remember that a moment's change can change the entire syllabus. The parliament does something, the Supreme Court passes a landmark judgment, the government does something. Suddenly, something which was not important till day before yesterday becomes the most crucial topic. And this is how I ensure that my students get the best of the best, since not a centimeter is allowed in the UPSC Civil Services examination, not a centimeter of complacency is tolerated, and I ensure that I at least give the best to my students. So given a chance, I would love to turn back time and become an IAS officer. Somewhere down, deep down, there is a pent-up desire that I should have been a part of bureaucracy. So that actually pumps me up, that at least even if I was not able to become an IAS officer, let me help somebody else live his dream and become the bureaucrat for this country. So this is where the real motivation and this is where the real drive is behind the way I teach. And thanks that I have been given an opportunity, utilizing this drive and this information base that I have and the knowledge and the communication skills that God has gifted me, that I can reach out to people across this country and make a little bit difference in their lives so that they finally reach what they dreamt of, what their parents dreamt of, and what their well-wishers dreamt of. I believe that the future is very bright, especially for online teaching. The future is awesome. It has a scope that is unbelievable, and I intend to do the best that is possible under the sun for my IAS aspirants. I am intending to bring about a series of small bits of multiple choice questions and small bits of topics so that students can understand one word by another word and communicate it in a matrix-like manner, so that polity as a subject and constitution as a book becomes easily assimilable for everyone. And this becomes not only important for civil servants aspirants, but also as every concerned citizen of this country. Every citizen ought to know their law and their constitution in and out, not only in words, but also in essence. So my final message to everyone who is watching this is, India is not formed of land, rivers, and streams and forests. India is formed by Indians. Everyone who is sitting everywhere in their own small contribution can make India a better place. I can do as a better lawyer, as a better educator. You can do as a better student, as a better bureaucrat, as a better trainer. Do it. India needs every bit. So let us become the best versions of ourselves and let's crack it.